the woman accidentally discovered that the trash can contained many extra bags of pre-made meals.
Recalling the lavish dinner her husband had carefully prepared for her just moments earlier, the woman realized that her husband had been deceiving her all along. In order to verify the suspicions in her heart, the woman hurried to her husband's bedroom. Sure enough, she found a used condom in the trash can.
The woman had just returned home today after a 2-month business trip.
This instantly confirmed her suspicion that her husband might be having an affair. Through her investigation, the lady soon discovered that the mistress was actually a beautician from the beauty salon downstairs. The reason her husband betrayed their 8-year marriage for a beautician was because that beautician was his first love. After confirming the mistress's identity, the woman launched a campaign of revenge. She hired a friend who had experienced the same betrayal as her as an accomplice, and gave her friend $5 million in cash as compensation. Because her friend's daughter was suffering from congenital kidney failure, and was now lying in the hospital urgently needing a kidney transplant. Faced with such a generous and enticing offer, the friend had absolutely no reason to refuse. The next day, the woman brought her husband to the beauty salon, and deliberately told her husband in front of the beautician that she was going on a 1-month business trip to the United States next Tuesday. Then she handed her husband $2 million to pay off his brother's mortgage. When the beautician saw it, her eyes immediately lit up. Little did they know, this was a trap deliberately set by the woman for her husband and the beautician, because she knew full well that the greed ingrained in the lower class was impossible to change, and that was exactly their weakness. Sure enough, as soon as the woman left, the beautician eagerly called the man, planning to have a rendezvous at the man's house that night, and claimed that she had her eye on a bag worth $2 million. The man stated that once his wife was gone, he would give her the bank card with $2 million. They originally assumed that by deleting the call records, the woman would remain oblivious, but little did they know, the woman had already installed a bug on her husband's phone. So, all of their call and chat records had been copied by the woman. The woman's friend was extremely puzzled. Clearly, with these pieces of evidence, the woman could have sent her husband to jail and ruined his reputation. So why go to all this trouble? The woman explained that apart from forcing her husband to leave with nothing, she also wanted to take revenge on the beautician,
because the beautician was the main culprit responsible for the breakdown of her marriage.
Although the beautician's affair was merely a moral issue and not a crime, the woman came up with a plan that would put her on the wrong side of the law. It was to lure the beautician into a break-in coupled with assault. Previously, the woman deliberately used $2 million as a lure for the beautician,
with the aim of having the beautician go after the man while she was away. The woman knew all too well that her husband's family of origin was unhappy.
They had never experienced the finer things in life. Therefore, they valued appearances above all else. For all these years, they had been living off the woman's financial support. Thus, they had long regarded the woman as a sort of money goddess.
If they ever found out about the man's infidelity,
and that he was involved with a broke beautician, it would be more painful than if they were killed. And being a smart man, her husband naturally understood this.
So, after finalizing the details of the plan,
the woman's act of revenge was set in motion. The first step of the plan was to ensure that the beautician could not enter through the main door. It had to be obvious to outsiders that she had trespassed illegally.
Sure enough, as soon as the woman left home for the airport, the beautician came to meet the man for an affair.
Furthermore, in order to obtain the $2 million the woman had given to the man, when